First, welcome to everybody that's watching online or our few guests here. I think it's appropriate that since we're in a new space that we just commit ourselves as a group and future boards that the decisions we make here are done with fidelity and purpose, with an eye towards our strategic roadmap, all in the hopes of just improving every student's outcome. So I think we commit to that going forward. Everything will turn out wonderful. So let's have a moment of silence. Join me in a moment of silence and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, Jill, will you take roll call, please?
Ms. Daughtery.
Here.
Mr. Fox.
Here.
Ms. Guilford.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman.
Here.
Ms. Metzler.
Here.
Mr. Norris.
Here.
Ms. Peck.
Here.
Mr. Rossi.
Here.
Mr. Trotty.
Here.
9 present, 0 absent.
All right, thank you. For the visitors' comments this evening, before we begin, want to say that according to board policy 903, speakers are asked to state their name and municipality for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes and should be directed to the chair. The board will listen to all comments but not engage in dialogue during public comment. And is there any public comment this evening? I doubt that. So, with that, we'll move on to the new format for our meeting, and I'm excited about this. It might get a little clunky, but let's try something new. As part of the board's ongoing commitment to improving the efficiency and effectiveness of our meetings, we are transitioning to a governance-focused agenda. Rather than reading every agenda item aloud, the agenda serves as the official record of the recommendations before the board. Each section of the agenda will be introduced. Administration will highlight any significant items, and board members will have the opportunity to ask questions before considering any action. Any board member may request that an individual item be removed from a section for a separate discussion and vote. This approach allows us to focus our meeting time on meaningful discussion while maintaining full transparency for our board and the community. So, like I said, just bear with us as we sort of navigate this together. So the next agenda item is presentations and recognitions. Yep.
I do not have a presentation, but I just wanted to share a few words as we open in a new location and with a new format and the clunkiness of what we might experience and having patience and grace with that. So before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize all the folks who've been working really hard behind the scenes to get us prepared for the opening of the school year. While most of us associate the start of the school year with the first student day, many of our folks are working at our maintenance and custodial teams, working behind the scenes, cleaning, repairing, moving again, moving a third time, troubleshooting and doing all the great things to make our schools ready for students in another 2 weeks from now. So I want to recognize our year-round staff, our administrative team for all their patience, all their work getting us here today. Most of this work happens quietly. You don't often see it. Our students certainly don't see most of it, but they'll experience the results in the next couple weeks when they come back. And we're aiming for a clean, a safe, a welcoming, and well-prepared schools. So before we turn our attention to the year ahead, just want to thank everyone who's put in the time, effort, and energy. And the work that we all do matters, and it's a big part of what makes it possible for us to open our doors ready to empower students to build successful futures. So with that, just wanted to recognize a couple things. We've migrated our boardroom to here, the Learning Annex now, kicking off a new format tonight. A lot of great things in motion for the school year ahead. Wanted to mention that we are finally fully staffed as an administrative team, or will be after tonight, fingers crossed. Been a long time in the works. This year we'll be really kicking off from words to work, our strategic roadmap. So a lot of work went into developing that. This year is really now putting it into implementation. Also implementing the Portrait of a Brave, which has been a long time coming, so we're really thrilled about that. Migrating to our school resource officer and campus safety officer model, which I think is going to be far better for the district. I'm going to mention that because we're going to see an increased presence of police on our campuses, which is meant to be a very good thing, right? Also putting in motion a lot of new HR processes and systems across the board. Wanted to mention that we had an auction recently, just a couple weeks ago, which benefited the district by close to $400,000 in selling things that we were not using or didn't need, which is great. And then we're kicking off one final thing in our communications this year, a monthly e-newsletter that'll be called One Octorara, which will capture information from all of our buildings, facilities, updates, and then a biannual physical newsletter that'll go to all community members to really inform them of all the things we're trying to do and achieve here in Octorara. So look out for those as they come your way. That's all for me.
All right, so we'll move on to some informational items. These items are provided for our awareness. We don't require any action, and the superintendent can give us the highlights.
Yeah, one aspect I wanted to point out is we identified a district librarian, which we had in place here in some form for many years. But unfortunately for this year, we lost both the district librarian and two of our library assistants who were incredibly capable and did quite a great job managing our library. So we felt that it was important for us to bring on a teacher on assignment, really investigate how our libraries are used in the modern way. And so we've identified one of our middle school teachers, Julia Harple, who would take on that role. She was one of our internal interested folks and has a strong interest in library science. So she'll be taking that role. And you'll also have on the list here the replacement, which is a long-term sub in a 6th grade ELA class. So I just wanted to make note of that. Otherwise, there's a lot of action items for personnel and human resources because we've been very busy this summer hiring and preparing.
And with that, we'll move on to those action items. Each section of the agenda will be considered as a group. Before any vote, administration will provide highlights. Board members may ask any questions, and any board member may request that an individual recommendation be removed for separate discussion and consideration. Our first section is personnel and human resources. These recommendations include resignations, appointments, transfers, and staffing actions necessary to prepare for the upcoming school year. Dr. Dukevich, are there any items you would like to highlight?
I'll just hold those comments till after the vote.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board on any of the personnel recommendations? No, seeing none. If that's our discussion, if there's no further questions, is there a motion to approve the personnel and human resources recommendations as presented? Okay, can I get a second? Second from Pete. All right, thank you. And if there's any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Huh?
Can I jump in now? No?
Yeah.
Great. So as we just voted on approving those new hires, I just want to welcome everybody to the Octorara team that was approved tonight. Wanted to say thank you for choosing Octorara. We know you had choices. We're grateful that you decided to bring your talents, experience, and expertise to our district. Each of our members that we hired tonight brings a unique set of skills, perspectives, and experiences that will make us stronger as a team. Whether you're joining us in the classroom, an office, a school, or one of the many roles that support our students who are now part of our Octorara family. I'd also like to take this opportunity, because she is here, is to welcome Angela, I know, I can't believe I mispronounced, Angela Regret. And Angela Regret to the Octorara team as our new principal of the PLC. I'm going to ask her to come up to the front here. As some of you know, getting Angela here has been quite the task. Literally 3 completely separate postings and interview processes. So I think it's fair to say that third time is the charm. So in all seriousness, no, Angela brings an incredible depth of knowledge to Octorara. She served as an elementary and a middle school assistant principal in 2 different places. The last 5 years as an MTSS facilitator and an instructional coach in an elementary setting. Strong background in special education. Her experiences in leadership, instruction, MTSS, and special ed aligns extremely well with what we need at the PLC and at the district level. So we're really thrilled that third time is the charm. We're so excited for Angela to be joining Octorara. Welcome, Angela, and any comments you'd have for the board?
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Dukevich, and I just have to say my sister's name is Andrea, so my mom is watching at home, so yeah, thank you. Again, I answer to anything, but good evening. Members of the school board, Dr. Dukevich, district leaders, staff, families, and members of the community. I would like to sincerely thank the school board for the confidence you have placed in me in selecting to be served as the principal of the Octorara Primary Learning Center. I am truly honored and grateful for this opportunity. From my conversations throughout the interview process, it became very clear that this is a district deeply committed to excellence, collaboration, and putting students first. I am excited to join the Octorara community and begin working alongside such dedicated educators, staff, and families. As principal, I am committed to supporting every student in reaching their fullest potential, empowering our talented staff, and building strong partnerships with families. Together, I look forward to growing a school where every child feels welcomed, valued, challenged, and inspired to learn. Together at the PLC, we will begin to grow our youngest braves. Thank you again for this incredible opportunity, and I'm excited to get started and look forward to all the things that we will accomplish together here in Octorara.
Welcome.
Congratulate Andrea, too.
Yeah.
You had a part.
Yeah. Nut. Okay, that'll take us to the finance and business operations section. These recommendations include contracts, purchases, and other financial matters supporting district operations. Are there any highlights or questions regarding these recommendations from the board? None?
Do we have to do this?
Can I just make one thing clear?
Yeah.
So your vote tonight was number 4, A to
Yes.
W.
A to
Yeah,
W.
AW.
Okay, and then
Then we
number
have this.
5
Number 5 has
will
the
be
same-
voted on next week. So
Yeah.
can you ask for any questions for that personnel and
You jumped
human
to that
resource
one.
part?
I think you jumped to finance.
Oh, I don't have, that's not on, you have the, I say there's gonna be
It's
clunky,
fine.
this is not
It's-
what's in
it's
front
fine.
of me.
I just want to make everybody clear that the vote tonight was number 4.
So who set me up for this one? You did that on purpose.
It was Andrea.
It was Andrea.
Look,
She's already left.
it's right there.
I have a thing I'm supposed to follow.
I know. Sorry.
Typically, that's not the way it'll go, because typically we do not have action items at a work.
We
Yeah,
had a lot of act, yeah,
Just
this
a
is work
We've embraced the
session.
I
clunkiness.
just want to make sure that everybody knows.
Okay.
Number 5,
I know.
human resource will be voted
All
on
right.
next week.
Okay, with that embarrassment behind us, where does that leave us? What am I doing?
These are them. These are them.
Yeah,
Are there any questions?
on section 5?
Just reuse your, actually, you know what? It's probably the same script, just say personnel and human resources there.
We already did personnel and human
No, but
resources.
those were the ones that we had to do tonight because it's a weird.
Yeah, we
had
voted
all-
them.
We had all these
Yeah,
action.
we had
items.
action items that
So,
we had to
so
approve.
what we just did is kind of like a work session with action items. Now we're
Yeah.
doing the work session part.
Okay.
And so it's still going to be personnel and human resources. It's a repeat, but these won't get voted on until next week.
Yeah. Okay, does anybody have any questions on number 5, right? That's where we're at.
Personnel and human resources.
Personnel and human resources.
Dr. DeKevitz, are there any items you would like to highlight? That's
I already did this.
no, but this is this section. This is this
Oh
section.
my
now. It's the same
We're,
thing.
we're embracing the
Okay.
clunkiness.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, we
no
are.
questions.
We are.
Embracing change.
Okay, yeah, again, I am. So, I am completely flustered here. So we have personnel and human resources, number 5,
Yes.
A, B, and C.
A, B, and C. Does there, anybody has any questions on them?
Not now.
No. Don't dare ask them if you do. Don't dare ask them if you do. Okay, but we're not voting on that.
No, right.
No,
Because
that's
this
right.
is tonight's work session.
Okay, gotcha. All right, okay. That's not the way my script is written.
We've got to clean up the script.
Yeah, you got to clean up the script. I'm really disappointed in you. Now I can move on to finance and business?
I think
All
we're
right.
good.
We're good. Are we sure? But we need a vote on those,
Yes, we're going to.
for those action item votes.
It's a clunky one because we're voting on action as we normally wouldn't do in a work session.
See,
too.
so if,
Summer cleanup.
yeah, gotcha. Okay, so, once again, we are at the finance and business operations aspect of this. Are there any, these involve contracts, purchases, and other financial matters supporting district operations. Are there any questions regarding these recommendations?
I would like to know more about the modular. I know we got a little bit of it in the committee meeting. Yeah, I think we should get some more insight on that.
All right.
Sure.
Mike, you wanna answer that?
So this process started about 2 years ago. This box module will be located in the National Homeland Security CTE program. So initially, this was a 5-year lease, but because we were using grant funds to pay for the facility, the grant funds had to be used up by the end of this year. Plus, with a lease, we don't own the building. What we did was we scheduled a purchase for $601,000, but we also, there's a couple credits. So the actual purchase price was $532,229. And then the balance of the grant from Chester County is $371,469. So that leaves us about $140-some thousand, which we'll use from other resources.
So
This will be a-
for the school district is about 140.
Correct. Yep. Like I said, we just thought it was better to purchase it than paying a lease, because after December 31st this year, then 100% would be on the school district.
So are there other expenses? I know we were talking about a sewer contract. Are there other expenses with getting it here and set in?
That
will come up later, or is this everything?
This is everything from, it's already been built, it's down in Georgia. It includes the purchase, includes transporting up here and installing it. There's some minor, things we'll have to do, like steps. Mark talked about as far as the sewer hookup is a permit. We think we're gonna be okay. They'll be able to connect into the existing sewer lines out there. Pico is out there setting up electrical, so there's gonna be some other costs, but the line portion of this is gonna be the modular itself.
Or is this just classroom space?
There's 3 classrooms and office, 2 single restrooms, and there's a storage room.
And right now, we lease that space for
Yes.
$50,000 a year from the campus, so we would save that going forward.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other questions? No? All right, can I get a motion? What? I just asked, are we voting on this tonight? It's in my,
No, these all moved to next week, so the
Okay,
only voting
so-
was the original, the
Okay.
upfront ones,
All
yeah.
right.
So we can
It is a
discuss
little
and then move to agenda for next
So
week.
is the rest all like work session
Yes.
items?
all right.
Okay, so
No more votes.
But it
I thought
is-
you wanted that vote as an
I
action
thought
item.
so, and I thought so too, because it's only 5 that says
Yeah,
for approval.
approve
of
8017.
Because I was gonna ask the question, it looks like we have a pretty light agenda next week. But,
Not done yet. I'll have some more.
yeah, but, so these are all essentially work session items for information and
Yes,
questions.
yes.
Okay, so you're right.
Yeah, okay. Well, we knew this was gonna happen. We did.
anticipated
We
it.
anticipated this.
Okay, relax.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine. I'm just gonna throw everybody else under the bus who prepared, and I had a meeting that could have been an email over this. All right, that was 20 minutes of my life I'll never get back. So now we're going to move to the curriculum, instruction, and student programs section. Are there any highlights, questions regarding these recommendations from the board?
I would just say I do like seeing the articulation agreement with St. Francis University and the opportunities that it provides to our students.
Just question, so the C is just only if the tournament on Saturday is rained out because we have that Sunday policy, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Getting ahead of it,
Yes.
just in case.
Just in
Yes,
case.
that's perfect, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, moving on to policy, governance, and safety. See, it only took 3 times. Now I know, I'm with it. Our final action item section is policy, governance, and safety. Are there any highlights or questions regarding these recommendations? Yep,
Oh, yeah.
yep. Which will take us to the Facilities Committee report, which is, we had earlier this evening. We got caught up on the athletic master plan for the second phase of improvements. The work continues on that. They'll be making decisions and discussions and bringing in some extra people regarding some of the decisions that have to be made regarding turf, et cetera. We also had an update on the facilities upgrade for the middle school. Lots going on there. There's going to be bids opening up for general and electric on August 20th for some for that work, and they will be presenting in October. We are looking at possibly removing 2 empty fuel tanks out that way during the renovations that need to be done. They've been emptied of any fuel for the moment, so that's good. So they have to be removed. This process will involve some soil samples and such like that before they can just be backfilled. Mike had discussions with PICO regarding rebates for some of this project for both electric and gas as that project proceeds. We also have for approval some, one was some emergency repairs that were done as a result of some sort of electrical surge or lightning that in total $37,000. We've decided not to go the insurance route because our deductible is $10,000. So we're just going to pay that up front. There's some other things here listed for some various things, for damage, for some termite damage in the crawl spaces, some suppression inspections that need done, and some Fryluts work for some leaks. And that was pretty much it. And since we're all there, I imagine there's no discussion. Any questions? All right, wonderful. Okay. Closing, board discussion and closing items. Is there visitors' comments? Is there any visitors' comments for district-related matter in accordance with Board Policy 903? Please state your name and municipality for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes and should be directed to the chair. No board comments. Wonderful. Are there any administrator comments?
Yes, I'd like to thank the students and Dr. Proper today at the high school. We had a great leadership summit. We talked about the Portrait of a Brave implementation and how it impacts students. Our students, as always, were very insightful, and I'm looking forward to a great year working with them.
Anyone else?
Apologies for the clunkiness of our first meeting here. Ironing out the wrinkles. Ironing out the wrinkles.
Yeah. It'll be fine, yeah. No, it'll be fine. You know, you do something a certain way for 22 years, you sort of, you know, 2 minutes, you guys derailed all of that. Anyway, is there any, now we move on to board comments.
Yeah, I do.
Go.
I just still need a little more clarity on the 6 Finance B for the box modular. When you say like we're gonna get a grant for that, can you just explain just a little bit more? 'Cause
Sure. So
I'm not understanding what it's, because I looked online and I'm still trying to figure out what that.
the grant, the school received the grant 2 years ago. So right now, the balance of the grant is $371,000. So we're going to use that money for the purchase of the modular instead of paying rental payments or lease payments for it, because the grant we have to use the full amount of the grant by the end of December 31st. So instead of paying lease through December, then the school covering the costs, we're going to purchase instead and use the full amount of the $371,000 to purchase the modular itself.
And it's for Homeland Protective Services Academy.
Yep, our CT program. Mhm.
Anyone else? Other board comments?
Maybe just clarification. So if we had action items that were finance, would we have Section 4, Personnel and Human Resources, and then would we have Section 5, Action Items, Personnel and Human Resources? Is that how this agenda will flow? Is that how this is going to work?
Yes.
And so, for work session, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got it.
And most times, we would just move them to the next business meeting for approval for voting. This would just be more like a typical work session, but just categorized.
Yeah, we'll have, but if we did have other action items
Yeah.
in a work session, which doesn't happen very much.
Sure.
It happened this time because we had all the
Hires,
hires, right?
yeah.
And that was what I think made it
That's
fluky.
Yeah.
But if we had another section, like curriculum or business, we would have another section called action items and that topic.
Yes.
So we would know what action items are work session items for action item, and then what work session items will be followed up next week and are being introduced this week.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That was tricky tonight, though,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. But
Yeah.
good.
Hopefully, it'll make more sense the more we.
Yeah. And we won't have all these action items during a work session. That's the thing that made this one.
And trust me, we're going to have another meeting about the agenda at some point in the near future.
I think we're all pretty good.
Yeah. Any other board comments from anyone?
I think you did a great job.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
it was
it was
fun.
good. It was good.
It's fun.
It's good.
Yeah, I want to finish, want to put a bow on something, a long-standing issue with our board. We all know, Tony Falzator was, as part of his acceptance into the ARD program for illegally recording an executive session several years ago, he had to make an apology to the victims that were in the room, and he successfully did that. Jill has a copy of both the apology that was sent to myself as board president and to the various board members and administrators that happened to be in the room. But I think it's fair to point out that there was many victims in this saga that weren't in that room and rightfully deserve a policy. I'm thinking of Jill Hardy, I'm thinking of John Proper, I'm thinking of the police departments throughout the county, and some other governing agencies throughout our region. So hopefully this is the end of that aspect of this. Unfortunately, there are elements of the conspiracy, for lack of a better word, that still continue to affect our office, our resources, with right-to-know requests and things like that. I don't think this will truly be over until that ends as well. So thanks to all those that continue to fight through that aspect of us, Audrey. I appreciate that. All right, with that, upcoming meetings are listed at the end of tonight's agenda. Are there any other questions about the upcoming meeting schedule? You guys should have gotten a copy of that. No? All right. Are we allowed to have a vote on adjournment, since that's on here? All right.
Is it on the script?
Am I dripping with sarcasm at this point?
Could have been 10 minutes shorter.
Yeah, I know, that's true. Can I get a motion for adjournment, please? Thank you. A second? All those in favor? All right, we are adjourned.
Well done.